Don't mind me just stretching. I figured it would be better to... Shut up, birds, please. I figured it would be better to wait in-game a little bit at the start of the stream instead of just sitting at the completely silent title screen for a full minute. I figure I could at least enjoy the ambience while I wait for folks to come on... Wait for folks to come online. Sentence. So we can enjoy the lovely Seafront music. Probably just for a loop or so. While I wait for folks to log on, Vice can do his thing, I guess. Okay, let's go.
That old lady in the lighthouse is a real pain.
Don't you talk smack about the lighthouse, lady buddy. Alright. We unintentionally ended the stream last time in Seafront because the stream just died on me 50 minutes in. For reasons. I'm still not clear on why that happened.
Why do all
But anyway.
I've got the fish.
Well, scratch my back and call me Sally.
What?
Them's some rainbow trout, all right. You're getting better, young one. But this next technique is a tough one to learn. Best steel yourself.
You see, you can't just pull away from the fish. You have to pull the left analog stick towards you to reel the fish in. If you don't do that, its HP bar will never go down. 1 week later. Hey, Parl! Thanks for tuning in.
Fine work, son. Fine work indeed. I knew you'd make a good apprentice.
Let me rest.
I did not imagine fishing to be such an extreme activity.
I'm not done with you yet.
You've come far, my apprentice. But now, the real fishing begins. This time I got a hankering for 5 bream. Go catch 'em.
Luckily for us, we can catch bream right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that.
You're really quiet, Vice.
The fish will be scared away otherwise, no?
Yeah, but it's just weird.
May I talk freely then?
No. Shh, you're scaring them away.
It's kind of funny to see Vice getting into it. Anyway, I actually already caught a bream off screen. Not on purpose, so we only need to catch 4, and since our fishing skills have gone up, this shouldn't take that long, ideally. That's a redfish if I've ever seen one. 3 to go. This won't take very long, and then we can go on, move on to other things. You know, thinking about it, it's kind of weird that RPGs have a long and storied tradition of fishing minigames, isn't it? Like, catching fish is about as far removed from dungeon crawling and level grinding on monsters as you can get. I found myself wondering who did it first. The earliest game I know of that has a fishing minigame in it, the earliest RPG I should say, is the original Breath of Fire back on the Super Nintendo. That came out in 91? 92? I think 92. Excuse me. But that wasn't really a fishing minigame. It was just if you brought a fishing pole to certain spots and pressed A and used the right bait, you could get items. There wasn't really a game attached to it. It was just go here, press a button, get a thing. That's not to say that it wasn't worthwhile, though. You actually get reused best weapons by fishing, which is hilarious. And if you know where to do it, you can go there like maybe halfway or 2/3 into the game, and Ryu will just be busted, like way more powerful than everyone else. Yeah, I suppose that's the thought process behind it. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not a game developer. I think my favorite fishing minigame that I've come across so far is the one in Final Fantasy 15. It is simultaneously kind of complicated, but also like really simple to do in practice. And you get really good rewards from it too. Like you can get a skill on the skill tree that gives you an AP every time you catch a fish, and that adds up over time. Honestly, that's fair. I don't blame people for not liking fishing games.
Here's your fish.
Well, swab the deck and call me Ishmael. I knew you could do it. Hand him over, whippersnapper.
I understand that reference.
I think these are worth more on the open market than the rainbow trout I caught earlier.
Worth ain't squat. It's what you learn from the catch that matters. Now stop all this fool talk about your wallet and get to practicing.
Nier brings up a good point. Fishing is a decent source of cash in this game. But it's more so later on, after you finish this whole quest line and your fishing level is maxed out and you can quickly catch rare fish to sell for a whole bunch of money.
Hey, Pops. What does sprinting 20 kilometers have to do with fishing?
You won't be catching anything with them scrawny little stick limbs.
Hey.
We gotta get you buffed up.
I object to being talked to like that, sir.
The next assignment is 5 black bass. Go and give it everything you got, apprentice.
I trust that you are not abusing our labors for the purpose of easy profit, old man.
Oh, and would a little compensation be a bad thing? I'm teaching invaluable techniques here, you floating magazine.
Lies! It is clear that money is your ultimate goal, and Grimoire Vice is not to be referred to as a mere periodical.
I'll catch these fish off screen. We got other stuff to worry about. Like hopefully actually doing the Forest of Myth this time, maybe? Question mark? Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit raw. I did some voice recording earlier today for some YouTube videos for a series I've been uploading there. By the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, feel free to subscribe to Cadenza's Video Game Jukebox. 20 subscribers, I will shamelessly shill my own stuff all I want. Thank you very much. Oh. Anyway. Yes, remember your ABCs. Always be plugging. I'm glad I figured out this dodge instant sprint trick. Excuse me.
Hey there. Your son come back yet?
No, I haven't seen him. Where could he be?
He's in Seafront. Or he was, until he ran away again.
Oh, crud. Let me guess. Did he tell you an elaborate story and then ask for help? That boy is... well, he's a bit of a dirty liar. I probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah, that would have been helpful.
So that whole story was a setup. He sent us on a wild goose chase and then gave us the slip.
This bird outside my window is very insistent on co-commentating this stream.
Since I cannot imagine you letting this go, perhaps we should return to Seafront? There may still be a lead or two left to pursue.
I'll do that later.
Good idea. We can't let him get away with this. What's wrong?
How can a son bring so much despair to his family? He seems completely ignorant of the pain he has caused. It's deplorable.
I love it when you sound like a grumpy old man, Vice.
Perhaps I only sound that way because I have existed since time immemorial.
How old are you anyway?
You know, I'm not exactly sure.
They say memory loss is a sign of old age.
Well, it's still preferable to being a deplorable liar like that son.
Anyway, before we head out of the village, yeah, Vice is great. The dialogue in this game is really solid. It was like that back in the original game, and I'm super glad that it holds true here. The party banter between all the characters is really good. I quite enjoy it. Anyway, before we head out of the village, I gotta make a pit stop here in the library.
Wait, is this a book of recipes?
Most seem to require rather exotic species of fish.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of some of these. Let's go tell the tavern keeper about it.
Right. I will make a pit stop in Seafront later. Just had to do that for another quest. The bartender in Seafront wants to make new food, and he's like, "Yo, I don't have any recipes. Could you go find some?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, okay." Man, this air dodge is pathetic. The air dodges in Nier Automata are way more useful. I'll say that much. We are still heading to the Forest of Myth ultimately, but I do need to make a quick pit stop in the Eyrie first for another side quest, and since we're passing by that general area, it shouldn't take too long. More time. Resuming. We got places to be. Drift! God, I love board drifting. It's so stupid. I need to get a quick drink. Excuse me a second. Alright, I'm back. Deja vu? Of what? Like, seriously, I'm genuinely not sure what you're referring to. Just harvesting bat wings, don't mind me. Alright, I need to look for a certain house. It should be by the chief's place, if I remember the directions correctly, so I'm gonna stop there. Also, we get to listen to the sweet airy music again. Going up the ladder.
It's over. It's all over. That poor girl.
Oh. Well, I mean, Initial D is a show literally about drifting, so that's probably why.
Hannah's a good person. Once you...
This must be the place the florist was talking about.
You think she stepped out?
Oh, perhaps she moved. It doesn't look like this house has been occupied for some time.
Well, no point hanging around. We'd better go back to town. Shame she wasn't there.
Indeed.
Guess you were right, Vice. They should have stuck together.
I find it difficult to determine who is right at this point. In any case, we had best return to him.
Oh, I haven't seen it either. I just know generally that it's about drifting. It was I think that anime was made in the 90s, if I recall correctly. I mean, there's a song on the soundtrack literally called Running in the 90s, so I'm going to assume that it was made in that decade. I seem to recall there being, like, ancient videos of, like, the original version of this game. Hello! Why is this happening? Good. Ouch. For one time I don't dodge. Stop that. Alright. Get dunked on. Oh. Oh.
The shade had a flower?
This is a freesia, the same flower we were delivering to the woman.
Uh-oh. Maybe his girlfriend was attacked by a shade.
I have a feeling it's a little worse than that, Nier. Just gonna make a quick save to heal up. Alright, now we have 3 separate reasons to go back to Seafront, but we're gonna go do the Forest of Myth first. That shouldn't take 2 hours if... I find myself wondering who came up with the idea of drifting and why. Like, hey, what if I drove my car badly on purpose to look cool? Like, yeah, sure, I guess, buddy. Like, why not? Question mark? But I am, like, the exact opposite of a car person, so I'm not the person to ask about it. Anyway, Forest of Myth, this place is really cool.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Let's look around first before we head to the giant red X on the map, I think. I mean, yeah, probably, but again, I'm the last person to ask about drifting in any capacity. LOL. In a second, buddy.
Hi there.
Okay. I don't remember this area being so small.
Hello?
Real bright and cheerful, Popola.
Something's going on here.
Beware. Beware. The words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
And the text box got huge for some reason. Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Nier and Weiss.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here,
He said,
are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
said the mayor.
I think you have.
In other words,
Said Nier.
we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Nier's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Nier had seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream.
Said the mayor.
A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Nier and Weiss racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Nier like a contagion. Wait, said Nier suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head, for some reason. The others stared at him a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Nier's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Nier. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the Death Dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. I apologize in advance for my extremely poor Liam O'Brien impression, but I'm doing my best. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out. But I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. Once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Nier nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Nier, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Nier to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist inside this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right! I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Nier and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Nier slowly faded into the mist. I am getting real tired of this. I'm just going to wait a minute. Jesus. I don't know why this is happening. I'm getting kind of pissed off, honestly. I don't know if the audio will come through, but when the previous broadcast from like 2 minutes ago ended, I said I had some harsh words, let's say. Jesus. And the cicadas are not helping. Y'all need to shut up, alright? I don't have patience for y'all today. Or much else. Hey, Parl. It's good to be back. Thanks for joining again. Jesus. Alright. Alright, I finished that last paragraph, so let's just... I'll keep going. And hopefully nothing goes wrong. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Nier to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Nier snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk! Nier leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How could this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Nier slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss! What's going on? Nier could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed. The forest howled. The cicadas are actually adding to the ambience for once, instead of detracting from it annoyingly. And then, just as Nier's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree. I'm not doing all of that. Not doing this either. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Nier began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Seesaw? Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw! Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. More bug noises. When Nier came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words. Words he had heard somewhere before. Oh, I picked the wrong answer, didn't I? Yeah, we've seen all this before. I guess it's that one. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Nier sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Nier like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Nier moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Nier after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Nier picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. Nier grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! Cried Nier, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Nier walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Nier, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Nier tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Nier. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? I wonder. A man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. A swarm of cicadas outside my house! You're the mayor! Cried Nier. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Nier watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Nier and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy! He cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Nier's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not! The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Nier withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream's seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Nier filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Nier cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool! Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Nier and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Weiss, it is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing, my mouth hurting from talking so much today, good lord. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour, or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Nier shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Nier and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor with a wry smile, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Weiss, Jesus. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Hey, we're looking for those. Nier and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Nier mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. Nier tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Nier gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Ooh.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Alright, before we keep going, I need another drink, and I'm also going to save. I'm gonna have to stitch the two parts of this stream together later. You know, one of the benefits of me streaming was supposed to be that I didn't really have to spend much time editing the VODs. I could just do the stream and then upload them the next day, but no, I'm actually gonna have to put effort into this. Oh, I'm glad you like that, Parl.
This person must be dreaming too.
Since we're here and all.
It would appear that way, yes.
Let's do it! Actually, I'm just gonna get my drink, and I'm gonna get thirsty again.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Alright, back into it. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me! I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me! Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy in a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. I can't roll my R's, sorry, I'm not even going to attempt it. This is Nier. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Nier extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my My ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire of Ice. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. Squint down the dim corridors. We went north last time, I think, so let's go east. And then north? West? At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. This is the part of this section I remember, actually. This is the one thing I remember about the Forest of Myth from the original game. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The casks will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack, and thick red liquid bursts forth from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood still warm from the body, whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods! Are the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. Alright, now we're going east. I'm just gonna keep going north, I think. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. This reminds me of a certain area in Dark Souls 2, actually. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I had been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. Alright, now we're going south, I guess. East? I find myself in the great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic beast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table. Whoops, I completely skipped that text box, sorry. Noticing movement, I approach the table with the chair's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in the remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake. The chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. North again? The water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bastard!" shouts Nier. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. A grimoire of ice, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Well, I screwed up. Excellent. Good thing I saved. Excuse me for one moment. Alright. Had to collect myself a little bit.
This person...
It would have...
Okay, let's try that again.
Can't say I'm very
Perhaps you should spend...
Yeah,
I'm just gonna skip over this since I've read it before. But not too fast. Okay. Beds, yes. East. North. East. Okay, we're at the feast room, but we got there much sooner. Now north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down! Someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Nier and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asks Weiss. Then you are a woman, madam? Hey, don't assume. I am. I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Nier is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. Dude, Nier, gross. Don't do that. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth for our awakening. Don't perv just because we're in a text adventure. How dare you? You're better than that. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch it in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life, as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Okay. Gonna go save again. I'm thankful there are only the two villagers, besides the chief. Mayor, excuse me.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Weiss.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Weiss and Nier had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away.
Oh, thank God I don't have to read his dialogue.
What do you think, Weiss?
As Weiss considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage,
he said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Damn it. Nier nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. Oh good, Kaine's theme is playing. This stream is going to get copyrighted. Yay! He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Nier lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? DMC, yay! Brr, 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 brr. The complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke? He said. No, no joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Nier glanced at Weiss's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Nier's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. Don't talk to me about dry throats, video game, please. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. "We are definitely getting closer," said Weiss in an effort to cheer his companion. "Yes, this much is certain." Encouraged, Nier lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. "Water!" he cried. "It's water!" "Water?" asked Weiss. "Preposterous! I don't see any water." "Over there, just ahead of us! Look, the sun is reflecting off it!" Without waiting for a response, Nier sprang to life and bounded toward the site. "What in the..." There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Nier closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. "I believe this is known as a mirage," he said. "Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things." Nier shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. "Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look, it's right there!" Nier sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Nier came to a halt. "I could have sworn it was right around here." Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to Nier and struck him in the face with his cover. "Enough, you blithering idiots! Stop this at once! There is no water here!" Nier's face clouded. "There isn't?" "There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much." Weiss paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. "However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the City of Art." Nier looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. The journey was at an end. What are those dogs barking about outside? I have no idea. "They're huge!" cried Nier, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past 2 hours. "I've never seen anything so big!" Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. "What kind of city is this?" said Nier. "Where are the people? Where are the houses?" "Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use." The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Those dogs are not having it. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, though many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Nier and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Nier uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally! I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Nier moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. "Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies." With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. "Hey, look at that," said Nier. "They're alive." The triplets bowed low before Nier. "Please," said Alpha, "you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real." Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nier and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Their respective pleas given, the three statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again developed the city. Enveloped. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Weiss. He furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. Well, this is a conundrum, isn't it? Luckily, I think I know the answer here. And by think, I mean I know the answer here. The real one is Beta. Though Nier's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Weiss finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Weiss in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as he could go, before an uncomfortable mirror pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Weiss. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, and shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Nier, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Nier during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Okay. Goodness. Glad that's over with.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Da-da-da-da! We got a sword.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Alright. And that was the Forest of Myth. What is that? I think I'll keep Beastbane, but it's good that we have that. Oh, hey, Mr. Chris. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure how long you've been here, but we just finished the forest. Very cool section. Of course, I've never had to read it out loud before like it was a visual novel before, so kind of took a lot out of me, especially given the other recording that I've already done today, but...
So how was the village?
Anyway.
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Huh. Neat.
Yeah, that was probably the wrong word. I think text adventure would be more applicable.
Let's get back to Popola.
I've had visual novels on the mind lately.
She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
thanks to all the stuff I've been doing outside of this stream. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up this item next to that tree and then kill these shades, I guess. All messed up. Should not have come around here. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure if Twine was around back in 2010 either. That raise a good point, though. I haven't messed around with it much, but it seems pretty cool. Either way, super cool section of this game. That was one of my favorite parts of the original, and yeah, I think that's still true here. Very unique. It's not often that you suddenly get consumed by a text adventure in the middle of your action RPG. Yo, Popola.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yonah's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things.
That sounds like fast travel to me.
Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
Oh good, I need to be in Seafront anyways for some side quests. Perfect excuse to head back there. Yeah, that's a good point, Mr. Chris. He's just like, please, no more narrating me. In a poor facsimile of my voice. I'm really bad at doing a Liam O'Brien as Vice impression. I did my best.
Canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Trucking along to Seafront. Waiting on the loading screen. Hi, Kaine. What level am I at? You know what? Let's go! I'm gonna mess you up, nerd. Out of the way, out of the way. Let's go! The Shade has been defeated! Thought I would have gotten a level up out of that, honestly. Oh well. I mean, anything's possible. I did... Whoops. I did try to fight that thing a few streams ago and, almost got two-shot by it. But hey, I got a word out of it. I'll mess with that later. Also, yes, the extreme nonchalance with which literally everybody treats Vice is pretty great. I was going to if you're feeling especially frisky, you could always use those temporary stat-ups to try and fight him. Like your strength drops, your defense drops, etc. I don't want to talk to that guy right now. I have other things to attend to first.
Hey, so I found a cookbook in the library with some recipes that might interest you.
Really? Let me take a look. Shark? Really? Wow, this is some high-class cuisine. I've never even tried cooking something like this before. Still, shark fin fried rice sounds amazing. Think you could help me track some down?
You can eat shark fins? Man. Anyway, sure. I didn't come this far just to quit now.
Wonderful. In that case, here's the shopping list. 5 sharks, 5 bags of rice, and 5 mushrooms. Oh, and thanks in advance.
Where the hell am I gonna find sharks? I'll worry about that later. I just needed to advance that quest. I'll do it off screen.
It is fascinating how gourmet cuisine can survive even in the midst of a food shortage.
Careful.
Does this grocery store have rice? It does. And I'll take 2 of those. And I'll worry about the shark later.
Thanks for...
Also, yeah, that is a good point. I feel like that's a super common RPG thing, is to hold on to rare and valuable items just in case, and then just literally never use them. It's like that one old ProZD video where he's like, I'm out of magic, then use an ether. But you can't buy those, it's the final battle. I only have 85 of them.
So? Did she get the letter?
Oh, buddy, I got bad news.
I'm sorry, but she wasn't home. And on our way back, we were attacked by a shade that dropped this.
It's a Frisia. Do you think... No, she's alive. I know it. And I'm going to keep living my life for her.
I see.
I'll stay here and keep the business going. After all, you never know when she might come back.
Thanks for the pittance on your sorrows, my guy. Not that one. Oh! I needed to give the pumpkin to Yonah. I forgot about that. Look around Seafront. Right. Somebody's bound to know about this guy.
Hey, things could be worse.
Excuse me.
Yeah, what do you want?
People use small crafts like these to access the best fishing. Truth be told, these boats are pretty flimsy.
Somebody's bound to know something.
What you do?
Observing the ocean. I'm heading out on a fishing run soon. If a storm catches you off guard out there, you'd best have kissed the family goodbye before you left.
And actually, since I'm here in Seafront, I think I need to make another stop near the lighthouse, but not specifically to the lighthouse lady.
The new guy has talent, but he...
Kids these...
Fox. Nothing in it. Oh yeah, there is a seafood dealer, but I don't know if they sell shark here necessarily.
We got the...
This is the item shop. What am I doing?
If you're ready to...
They do not. They sell things that I have previously caught as part of those fishing quests.
Come.
But not sharks specifically, unfortunately. Hang on a second. Oh, that's the fishing guy. Hang on another second. There's a side quest marker on the other side. I must investigate. No one can stop me. This is my stream. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna deal with it off screen. I'm not gonna worry about it too hard. I have other things to get to.
Hey, guess what? I went shopping with my girl a little while back. You mean the one who only goes to super expensive places?
That's her, all right. Anyway, there was this nice accessory that I thought would look great on her and didn't cost much, so I bought it for her. But she refused to take it. She said she doesn't wear cheap accessories.
Well, that's not too surprising.
Yeah, I should have known better than to try and impress her with such shabby flim-flam. Next time, I'll get something high class all the way. It'll cost twice my yearly salary. No, 3 times!
Are you certain this woman even cares for you?
Of course she does.
You humans certainly have complex and exhausting mating rituals.
I think next time I come into town, that guy will actually have a quest for me. If I remember correctly. What if there's a shiny over there? That's one way to put it, I guess. Alright. I'll look into this later. Again, off stream. We have a guy to talk to here. That's why we came to Seafront in the first place. Excuse me? Is it just me, or does he kind of look like he's doing a knockoff Altair cosplay? Maybe that was the joke back in 2010? I don't know.
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh god, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Wow, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault. Oh, God.
Okay. Just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
Alright, let's go get drunk.
I'm willing to bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
I saw that shiny on the beach. Don't you worry, but I'll get it in a sec. Excuse me.
Hey there. I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. Though come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her?
I'll do that. Thanks.
This is gonna be another wild goose chase, isn't it?
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or 3?
Lady, Nier is like at most 17. Could you calm down?
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink.
Let's get the hell out of here. I'll take that.
Hey there, do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while. Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town, but I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
Who's this dude?
You're looking for a kid who ran away from home?
Oh.
There was a strange kid asking people questions earlier. I think he was trying to learn how to get into Facade.
Facade, huh? Maybe we should go take a look.
Okay, that's for that other side quest I was looking into earlier. Alright, now I know where that guy went, but we're not going to Facade right now. We have other places to be. I completely missed the board. And it is faster to go back and ride it. Since it can, turbo sprint is the best term I have. Alright.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Welp.
Hey, look at this.
Or was.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity. We were too late.
Well, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
Sorry for moving the camera so much during the little dialogue scene. Turns out there is not a good angle to have Kaine at that isn't showing something. Because, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to rant about that literally every time it comes up, but it's extremely difficult. I mean, yeah, but the character designer he hired, whoever it was, I don't remember who did that in this game. It's their fault too.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
We didn't, but we got this off a shade.
Oh no, this is hers.
So our fears were correct.
Oh God, how could this happen to her? And this is all my fault.
If I may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
It's because I
think we should give him some time to himself, Vice.
Honey, I'm home! Good heavens, you're a wreck! What's wrong?
Dumpling, you're not dead!
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Okay, seriously. What's going on?
5 minutes later.
I see. So, you found a shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed?
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling. But I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot!
What?
Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
Oh, hey, I have to go pick up a fish from the fish store.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag. You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my wife, right?
Don't drag me into this.
Wait, you're asking me?
Excuse me? This is not... No, I don't want any part of this. No. Okay. So... obviously neither party is perfect here. I don't remember this from the original game, like, literally at all. So... I'm kind of at a loss here. But I don't want to... I don't remember what the outcomes of either of these options are. You know what? You're right.
Well, you shouldn't have eaten your wife's apple. That's not very nice.
But I was hungry, and it was just sitting there.
Okay, now I feel less bad.
Look, I'm glad you went looking for my wife and all, but that was low, friend. Low.
Uh-oh. Did I cross a line there?
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Oh my god.
Ha! You're damn right I did, and I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob.
These people have capital P problems, and we are not equipped to handle this.
You there! My husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
Pardon, but madam,
Y'all need a marriage counselor.
Oh, enough. The both of you are at fault. Now apologize to one another and end this ridiculous display.
And leave me out of it.
Talk for a floating magazine.
I see you finally agree on something.
One hour later...
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
You two need therapy, oh my god.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what? You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me? That's great.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you big silly Billy. Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Oh, heck, the canal! We need to ask him about the canal!
Well, that was excruciating. Let's never speak of this again.
I can't thank you enough for all your help.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
All right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Okay.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
First I gotta check in with this guy. That was a whole thing. Let us never speak of it again.
Hey, I heard you can get inside Facade, right?
Sure, but...
Oh, perfect! Listen, there's something there that you have to get for me. My girl wants a new accessory, but it has to be made from this really rare ore that they carry in Facade's Strange Things store. So next time you're there, could you buy some for me? I think it's called fluorite. Please?
I mean, I guess.
Oh, thank you! This is fantastic!
Such affection. This man has clearly been entranced by his lover.
Seems to me like he's being played.
Whatever do you mean?
You know, this may be one of those things a magic book just can't understand.
Ridiculous. There is nothing beyond my knowledge.
If you say so.
No, I do not already have fluorite. That's why I stood there. I was going to check. But okay. I'll try and stop by Facade soon-ish, because we have a couple things to do there now. But in the meantime, we must head back to home base.
You better watch yourself around that old lighthouse lady.
Do not talk smack about the lighthouse lady. I will throw hands at whoever. I ain't give a damn. I'll do it.
The couple with the red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
Yeah, they really did. We did that quest last stream. That storyline is not quite over, but we did the Lighthouse Lady's Wrath side quest. And now we're just waiting on the results of that, I guess. I think we gotta do more quests first before we get proper closure of that particular dealie. Anyway, gotta talk to Popola. Yo, Popola!
Goodness. It sounds like the canal repairman had quite the problem on his hands. I'm glad everything turned out all right. Thank you so much for your help.
Don't mention it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the canal turns out. If you need anything else from us, just say the word.
Thanks, guys.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Hey, wait!
Or not.
Huh?
I almost forgot. Yonah is looking for you.
Oh, we still gotta give Yonah her pumpkin.
Huh?
She said she needed something from you. Time to go play Big Brother for a bit, huh?
I guess so. Thanks, Popola.
Obviously she needs that pumpkin. I was gonna go to Yonah's house anyway, so... January 30th. Nier came back. He came back home to see me. Yay! It's kinda cute that she bothered writing out all those days. Even though it's like she's writing those down in a journal and there would be no reason to. I'm going to make a save, I think. It's been a hot minute since I've done that. Oh geez, I last saved in the Forest of Myth. That was like half an hour ago. Dear Nier, today was awesome. Popola made me this huge cake that was really yummy, and everyone in the village has been wishing me happy birthday. It's fun. I feel like a princess or something. I don't feel sick at all today. In fact, I almost forgot I had this disease. So maybe you can forget about it too and come back home now? Yonah. Go ahead and take these freebies. Hey, Yonah.
Yay, you're back.
Popola said you needed something?
Yeah, a favor, actually.
What is it? I can't help if you don't tell me, sis.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Ready?
I'm ready, Yonah.
I need you to help my friend.
Your friend?
Yep, I have a friend, and we've been writing each other letters.
Seriously?
A pen pal? How delightful.
So who is this friend?
Well, he's kinda...
He? It's a guy?
Yes, and he's sick and in a whole lot of trouble. And I know that you and Vicey are the only ones who can help him.
Vicey?
Tell me about this guy.
He lives in this really big house down south, and he's super nice, and he's my friend. So you have to help him. Please?
Yonah, listen.
Please?
Great. Now what do I do?
You help him out, obviously. How is this a decision?
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Yay! Thank you! Please help him, okay?
Great. Yonah's got a boyfriend.
Is something amiss, lad? Your voice is trembling.
No, it isn't. Shut up!
Nier, you dork. She's like, what, 12?
Please.
Maybe I have to exit and re-enter town for her side quest to pop back up. I would like to clear it out of my backlog while I'm thinking about it, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Just gonna enter and re-leave town. That is... I meant leave and re-enter town. How did I mix those up? I am great at words. I don't know if y'all are aware. A veritable word smith, the likes of which has never been seen before or since. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just trying it out. Up. We dodging. Yeah, her quest marker is on the map now. I want to get this done because in the second half of the game you can't do her quests anymore for reasons.
I got your pumpkin, Yonah.
Thanks.
You've sure been eating a lot lately.
Oh, I'm not eating them.
You're not?
Ta-da! Here you go. I made it all by myself.
Is this a cake?
Yep. Popola taught me how to bake one. I made it for you in secret.
Wow, Yonah, this is... well, it's a surprise for sure.
Come on, try it, try it.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yay! You're always super busy, so I wanted to make you something to help keep up your strength.
That's really sweet of you, Yonah. Thank you.
Sure. Actually, I made like 7 cakes, so there's tons of leftovers.
The life of an elder sibling continues to be a trying experience.
You're telling me.
Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong, Mr. Chris.
Please help.
Okay. Alright, I know what this main quest is, but we're not gonna do that this stream. I think we shall spend the rest of our time here. Yeah, the previous step in that quest was, first it was a melon, and then it was a watermelon, and then it was a pumpkin. I don't know what the difference between a melon and a watermelon is, so I'm not quite sure on that, but yeah. Definitely an interesting cake, shall we say. Anyway, we're going to Facade to take care of a couple of side quests there. And I know there's one there that's been activated that we haven't picked up yet. I started that quest off stream, and then I figured I should probably let y'all actually see that, because it was kind of interesting. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. October 28th. Listen, if your terminally ill sister makes you some food, you gotta eat it. Them's the rules. I don't make them. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Also, I don't want to fight this wolf necessarily, but wolves aggro on you like super hard in this game. So I'll mess them up if I have to. You know, I'm actually glad that the game world isn't all that big, because it makes getting around from place to place relatively simple. I do not have it in me to fight scorpions right now, I just do not feel like it. Hey fellas. Nice weather today. Just gonna do another save. Need to be more proactive about that sort of thing. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, is the thing. I have several moments.
What do you need? Can't say I have, sorry. But we'd be happy to keep an eye out for her and let you know if we find anything.
Does the girl have any identifying marks or scars?
Alright. Ah, the strange thing store. Just what I needed.
Hey, do you have any fluorite for sale? Oh, I see.
I'll do that later, off stream, I think.
Well, we've come this far. Might as well finish the job.
No, but you have a quest apparently.
Wow, you sound pretty depressed.
刻れて切っててイカれて決まったんだ
Oh, dude, come on.
I hope you don't expect sympathy from us.
Seriously.
ああ通りかだから土地に気を流とってゼルガーとセザワデとロードサンギとセザワザテチイラタステ
You don't say.
So you want us to hunt some wolves for you?
通りだよりタトルサタ
Alright, the only reason I'm accepting this quest is because I am role-playing as Nier in this particular moment, and Nier is far too nice of a guy to turn down help from basically anybody, so he would definitely do this.
Well, you seem to recognize that you messed up, so I suppose we can help.
Just know that I, Cadenza, the person streaming, would probably not help you, sir.
東西たくさんよりゼルガーンとセザワユイタト
Alright, I'll worry about that in a second. Well, I'll do that off stream, I think.
ユリスイチタッタソああサレクトデートトソロタ
Hanging around with her boyfriend. Where would that be, I wonder? There's a person up there. They might know something. Excuse me.
ユーリスウェイとそ使徒開鎖港でさせたわ
Okay, that's more helpful. I can go down pretty easily. In fact, I'm going to have to. That is not what I
I
meant to do.
hate being covered in sand.
Yes, do try harder not to fall in, would you?
But since I'm here, I was gonna come to this guy anyway.
コッサタタトザールとツイザシーテライクサ
What is it?
とデタンサツジオウリスクルタトト総流ツアルテルアザアルトユチットチイルヨーリュタトでゲ総流チカンサキテ
What do I need to do?
グトトオエキマクコキテチエタチトこれとチンルソトチタリクエタアルテルアサラテキテセクサ
Y'all and your rules.
Hey, I'm all for making friends. Let's do it.
タクズガイクでトリと伝存歌詞と太陽流
Oh, for Pete's sake.
伝存歌詞デズチとダリルとテルアとアルテル
Mask
ア
people
対
respect
決
their rules. I don't have Twitch open on my laptop right now, so it's gonna take me a hot second to ban this stupid spam bot.
で暫定
This is one strange game.
This is one strange city.
That's not untrue.
Speaking of which...
What?
I trust you have not forgotten the message.
We'll see.
There, banned. Alright. Where was I? Lowest level of the city. I'm glad I made that jump.
Casto.
Well, I have no interest in entering the treasury. Lucky for you. Is this not the lowest level of the city? Do I need to go elsewhere? That, damn it.
The space between my pages feels... crunchy.
I'd give anything to jump into some water right about now.
Despite your inability to swim, are you mad?
It was a joke, Vice. Sheesh.
Alright, clearly I'm lost. Let me check my quest log. Lowest level of town, right. Just gotta find something. Oh, you're the treasury dude. I was just here, damn it. I'm missing something, clearly. One of these days I'm gonna make that.
I'm covered in sand.
Take care before all your health is lost.
That was weirdly fourth wall-ish, Vice. Nah, I was hoping to talk to that dude, but... Alright, whatever, I can at least do the talking to people quests. Just gotta get back up. How do I get back up? Stairs. This place is confusing. Deliberately so. Yeah, you're not wrong. I am finding that out awfully quick. Also, sand skiff. Brr, 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 brr.
Are you the first recipient? It was, the masked people respect their rules.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm probably gonna have to look it up later. Men of the Mask work for the king. Gotcha. Yakaine? You can't actually talk to her, she just kind of hangs out at the entrance. Sand skiff! Who's this? I'll worry about that later.
Are you the second recipient? The men of the mask work for the king, right?
Childcare can be difficult. Okie dokie. I'm not sure where this person is. Person taking care of the children. Oh, it's this guy, I bet.
Are you the third recipient? Childcare can be difficult.
Only nobility may enter the treasury. I know this dude. I ran into him like 4 times. I just gotta get down there. Easier said than done.
Zerganto.
Hello.
Given all the info we've gathered, the missing girl should have been around here with her boyfriend.
I am so glad I stumbled into this by accident, because trying to look for it on purpose was getting kind of annoying.
I say, are these bloodstains?
Yeah, and they look fresh.
I fear the missing girl may somehow figure into this yet.
Well, she was last seen with her boyfriend. Let's go find him. Maybe he knows something.
Tell him where he is. Oh, that's helpful. Alright, I gotta get over there. Made that jump for once. Go me. Ah. The sun was the southeastern guardian, so I guess I should probably go actually southeast. I really wish that air dash was even a little less pitiful than it is.
Are you the fourth recipient? It's, only nobility may enter the treasury.
Long-winded person. Quicksand. Alright, I have no idea who that might be referring to, so I guess we're gonna be hoofing it for a second. Yes, hello.
歌う気去ってた。家畜ギタン。キーソトチ、裏ぬとでしている要流出て、くずちちんだたい。くぎたされ家で来て、ぜしたらき。
So he's disguised himself as one of the masked people, eh? No wonder his trail went cold.
He's gone through a lot of trouble trying to lose us. I can't wait to finally catch him.
Right, the Runaway. Kind of forgotten about him, to be honest.
Hey, you! You're coming with us!
Oh, man! Why you gotta be all, like, following me and stuff? Fine, let me just pack and then I'll... Oh my gosh, there's a giant shade behind you!
There demonstrably is not. And it's
gone.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
And he's gone.
He surely aims to flee the city, though he can't have gone very far yet.
Okay, now what was I doing before then? Oh my gosh, it's hard to keep track of what I'm doing. Yo, missing lady's boyfriend.
We're looking for your girlfriend. She's been missing for a few days now. You were the last one to see her before she vanished, right? You're her boyfriend. Aren't you worried about her?
Foul creature. We found bloodstains in the very area where the two of you are last seen. You can hide nothing from Grimoire Vice. Confess, O guilty one. Confess and unburden your soul. Confess! lest others who are not as forgiving as I discover your terrible secret.
Feist, your Baptist preacher is showing. Calm down a little bit.
基礎だった。北外で正座地だって。気づいたらとすあいちだって。里行寿司ときて切って。こきたら幸あった。
Accident or not, a person died. Trying to cover that up is a serious crime.
わさって生きた。そうはしたって。と徳ずことちある。くたとわしでる。と。
Dude, oh my god.
言えるとで。デク。
We appreciate the honesty. We're gonna check on the Sandsprout well. You stay here.
That seems a little bit more pressing than just talking to some long-winded person, so I'm gonna go do that right now. I'm not sure, Parl.
Oh man, again? Alright, fine, let me just...
He's heading for the Eastern Road.
Does he really think she'll forgive him if he just gives her a fur?
It does seem somewhat materialistic.
Are you guys for real? When someone gives me something for free, I'm happy as a pig in shit.
This world would be a great deal simpler if nothing but Kaines lived in it.
I'll pretend that's a compliment.
Oh my gosh, look! There's a huge pack of shades!
I'm not falling for that again.
Buddy, I will run faster than you as long as it takes. I will literally run circles around you if I have to, alright? You think I'm above doing this, but I'm super not.
What's that big thing on the right?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and I shall smite you with unholy magic.
Yeah, that's what I had read. That they took, like... They took Japanese and scrambled it, basically. So that's why it sorta sounds like it, but it's also not, technically. Also, Parl, are you talking about Kaine? I don't...
It's a pack of wolves, man!
I told you, I'm not falling for... Oh crap! It is a pack of wolves!
I don't know that Laura Bailey has ever voiced Megara. It might just be a coincidence. Wolves! Let go of my sword, you jerk!
I didn't think I'd actually run into wolves for real.
Are you ready to go home yet?
Hell yeah, man! This adventure stuff's like way too scary for me. From now on, I'm gonna stick close to home and stuff.
Good. Now let's go tell the family.
Alright. Now what I actually came out here for... Yeah, I thought as much. I think this is the sandwell we're looking for. If this is a sandwell.
This must be the Sandspout well.
Yeah, what he said.
This is hardly the most pleasant task you've ever signed us up for.
I don't see a body.
How peculiar. Do you think the young lad lied to us?
Why would he lie about the body and not the murdery bit? Well, I guess we should go tell the family.
So there was no body to be found.
What's going on here?
She must have been carried off by the sands, or the wolves.
Oh no.
Or perhaps the man was mistaken all along.
Right. Alright, I'm gonna make a save just to get my health back. Alright, now we gotta find a long-winded person, and I'm not sure where to look. We just have to tell them quicksand, so... I beg pardon?
Listen, your daughter is... Wait, what?
色と添います。おさせききた。
But your boyfriend told us you were...
サタなんで知ってるんだ。
どっち行ってると？ルデアサキンギテルタイ。
だってトシ、朝。
だとて。
I don't understand a single thing that's happening right now.
You and me both, bud.
Could the man possibly have been deluding himself this entire time?
ああ、うちとく着てぎつさったとさら。だ、それくとちぞ着ていたおでく。
Sweet, that's quite a bit of dosh. Alright, all's well that ends well. There's a person up there. Could this be the long-winded individual I'm looking for?
Are you the 5th recipient?
Azazochi. Kaizoto Denzon Kashize. Go. Denzon Tei.
Quicksand.
Keisai Kuraki. Denzon to Ryuka. Starzalza Arikite.
He certainly enjoys listening to himself.
ギゾチンとサダチテンゾンザズイテでペルアとユウソドキリエタ来たとオセリスダカイ
Did this really help to build connections?
His blasted town is beyond my comprehension.
Big mood. Another 10k, nice. And I got a trophy for doing 30 side quests. Not that that matters so much in the grand scheme of things, but it's nice. Speaking of quests, is there anything else I can do here? Right, I gotta go back to the village for that. Wolf hides I'll do later. Okay. We can leave this place. Yeah. I guess his philosophy is do the job first, complain about it later. Which, you know, fair enough. I really wish that boars showed up in the desert, but they don't for whatever reason, so we gotta hoof it back to our village on foot. I will not be fighting... Ow, for... Yeah, I got that, thanks. I will not be fighting wolves or scorpions today, any more than I already have. I'm just going to go back to the village. Ah! Back off. Don't make me blast you with magic. I'll do it. Leave me alone! Thank you, kindly. I'm walking here. Will I ever actually watch Midnight Cowboy? Probably not, but I know what that line's a reference to. Thanks, Pop Culture Osmosis. Too many lizard tails already. I'm not going to pick any more up. For now. Okay. I think I'm going to turn in this Runaway Sun quest and then call it a stream here. We've kind of run a bit longer than usual today, thanks to my stream dying 30 minutes in and then having to start it up again. I haven't had any problems since then, but that was kind of annoying to have that happen literally in the middle of the Forest of Myth plotline. Not too pleased at that. Not sure what's causing it either. But anyway. Excuse me. Where's this dude?
Nobody's here.
Actually, yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's the Death Dream's fault.
I believe they left us a note.
Thanks to your help, my son has returned to take up the family business. We have decided to move to a new land to begin anew and thoroughly train him to carry on the family name.
Well, that's sort of anticlimactic. I wonder what the business was anyway.
Hey, are you friends with the people who lived here?
Just doing a job.
Because the goddamn bastards borrowed money from everyone in the village and then skipped town.
Son of a bitch.
Apparently their son ran away because he wanted to escape a life of crime. But then some idiot brought him back.
Well, I guess we know the family business now.
To think we did not even get paid for this absurd misadventure. Oh well. Perhaps we should tally it up as an expensive life lesson and move on.
Well, that was entirely pointless. Yay! Honestly, I'm not even that mad. Alright, on that stupid note, I'm gonna call the stream here. Jesus. Numbers are one day. Aw, thanks, Mr. Chris. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I like having an actual audience of, like, people to talk to. It's nice. Anyway, today's Saturday, I think. Last I checked, yep. So I'll see y'all next time on Wednesday when we actually go to the mansion south of town and see what that's all about. But until then, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!